China's massive infrastructure project that seeks to connect much of the world is known as the Belt and Road Initiative. It traces the ancient Silk Road across Asia and Europe and beyond. Let's bring in Sourabh Gupta. He's a senior Asia-Pacific International Relations Policy Specialist at the Institute for China-America Studies. Sourabh, it's been 7 years since this project was announced. Still a lot of questions. Where do things stand in terms of actual specific projects with various countries?
They're all at different phases at this point of time, and Belt and Road is going to happen, should be measured in decades. And so certain areas in Central Asia, Belt and Road has moved very fast. In other areas, it's moved slowly. Of course, you also want all these countries to be part of a broader umbrella, and that's why China has gone out and tried to have a memorandum of understanding with regard to cooperation. It's been successful in Portugal and Italy, not successful in other countries. So we are at an early stage, but the point out here is, these are infrastructure projects. These are long gestation periods. So the measurability, some of the projects can be measured right now, but the final verdict on this will still take quite some point of time for us to know.
So what do you say to critics in the West who see this as a way for China to spread its influence abroad and saddle countries with unsustainable debt?
This is what I would say to them, and I would say this particularly to the Americans or even to the Japanese. In a way, they were also at this very position at which China is at, a capital surplus country with gleaming infrastructure capabilities. And what they did at that point of time, Japan in 1980 just took that money and pushed it out in the form of ODA. It didn't have any real strategy per se. It just wanted to feel good about it. The United States was at the same position at the turn of the 20th century. A lot of this money, their surplus capital, got wasted in German reparations, frankly, when the money went overseas. And here is China, which has taken inspiration from the past, the great Silk Roads of the past, and is trying to take this extra surplus capital and put it to productive uses in developing countries to the mutual benefit of both. And I know there's this talk about debt trap, et cetera, et cetera. The reality on the ground does not measure with that. There have been instances, yes, say in Sri Lanka, et cetera, where things have not gone the way the Chinese would have hoped for it to have gone. But in a lot of places, there is no debt trap. China has been a major investor and been an investor in African countries for 20 years. They're not groaning under debt. So I would say there is too much of an exaggerated prejudgment on this front than what it merits.
Interesting. Okay. And what about the challenges, the remaining challenges as China and these various countries, more than 140, I believe, around the world, try to make this happen? What are the big challenges?
The big challenges is we are now in the post-COVID age. The post-COVID age has shown that a lot of the countries' growth prospects have been hurt. Growth prospects hurt means also their revenue streams, the fiscal revenue streams have been hurt. And that it's not that easy for them to make those projections and investments in large infrastructure projects. And so China must assist them and walk them through the process, including in renegotiating loans to make it more sustainable, considering the new economic environment in which we are in.
All right.
If I may.
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
Other important ramification is that we need to become more greener in terms of these large investment projects. It can't be so much coal and hydrocarbons based. It needs to become greener so that countries can achieve their green targets also and be more sustainable.